Hey students, welcome back to the week of June 1st through 5th. I'm going to have you complete the following slides at your own pace. There's two options this week. One is going to be either for your fiction story or the other is going to be the poetry, and I'll kind of share, I'll go through it so it makes sense to you. So first go to the personal check-in and answer that in the community folder. The second thing you're going to do is decide on which option you will be working on this week. I'm giving you this option because I know many of you are really into the short story. Maybe some of you are not into it. So there's two options. You can either write a short story, 1 to 2 pages, single space, or 2 to 4 pages, double space, based upon the plot and tension you created last week. This will be a draft, so it won't have to be totally done this week. So if that's something that's worrying you, that's not the case. The second option is to write 3 different poem drafts based on the structures provided in the slides. So these include raised by, smellorama, and personified trait. So you're either going to do the short story, take what you have from the plot diagram, the characterization you've done, and put together your story. Or if you're feeling like, okay, look, I've worked on this, I got the plot diagram done, I feel like at this point I'd rather do some poetry, then I'm going to give you that option. Option 1, short story writing. So you're going to write the first line of your story. Since you have already outlined a plot for your story, keep that in mind as you create this first hook into the world you've created. Listen to author Jason Reynolds' advice for writing that first line. So writing the first line of your story, click on that link, and then after that, I want you to draft your first line to your story. Then share your story's first line with the class in the first line of your story. Make sure you write about each of the plot points of your story. So now you're going to move from drafting that first line to actually starting to draft your full story. And you can look at the fictional rubric that I've included to give you some ideas around that. It's optional though. So the step 3 is you're going to write a rough draft of your whole story. Submit your draft in this week's assignment post entitled Draft Fiction Story Submission. You'll make your final submission next week. Make sure to have the following conventions on your document: single space or double space, Times New Roman, Calibri or Arial, 11 or 12 point font, header with full name on top right, centered title and paragraph indents. Oops. Sure. Okay, so next, poetry writing. So if you're doing option 2, this is for you. If you're doing option 1, you do not need to worry about it. Okay, so option 2, if you're deciding not to do the fiction story, you are going to start by writing 3 poems this week. The first one is a raised by poem, and you're going to click on this link here to listen to her read it. So this is a poem by Kelly Norman Ellis. Check this week's folder for a print copy. Using Kelly Norman Ellis's Raised by Women as inspiration or using your own style, we're going to write poems that explain who or what you were raised by or where you came from. So read or listen to the Raised by Women at least 2 times through and then answer the questions on the following side in the Raised by Brainstorming discussion board, okay, that you'll see in the folder. So answer the following questions. Who or what has raised you so far? Make a list of all the things you can think of and choose 1 to 3 to share on the discussion board. You're not stuck with using just the verb raised in this poem. What are some other verbs we can use? What categories does Ellis use to organize her poem? What details does she use in each of these categories? What are some other categories Ellis uses to make the poem interesting? So answer these questions, and then you're going to write a draft of your raised by inspired poem. Use the sample poems that are in the forward to help guide you work on this, and then submit a draft of your poem in the draft poetry submissions discussion post. The next thing is going to be option 2, continued. This is your second poem, Smellorama. You're going to write an ode. An ode is a literary technique that is lyrical in nature but not very lengthy. In an ode, poets praise people, natural scenes, and abstract ideas. Ode is derived from a Greek word which means to chant or sing. So pick a strong scent from your kitchen or garden to put your sense of smell into writing. Please have this next to you to smell as you write. Here's some suggestions. Coffee grounds, rosemary, clover, lemon, lime, orange zest. You peel the outer skin off the citrus fruit. After smelling your scent, write down what the smell reminds you of for each of the following categories: color, animal, weather, clothing, sound, place, or memory. You're trying to make associations you have with the smell. Our sense of smell has a unique ability to tap into our memories using the categories above. The smell of cinnamon reminds me of the color orange, a cat, the weather turning chilly, an apron, the sound of a barista frothing milk, and the comfort of my mother baking bread. So, you're going to take this, using your list of associations from the previous slide, write an ode poem to your connections with this scent, keeping these points in mind. An ode is a poem of praise. Use descriptive language and literary devices to make an impression, and write to what you are praising, like a thank you note. So, let's look at this example, Ode to Rosemary. O Rosemary, O heart of the garden, you are the bright light smell of joy. You take flight in the sky like a colorful parrot in the spring morning air. You have the same feeling as a light sweater, the scent of my garden in the spring. The symphony starts as I remember the joy of playing in my garden while the bees hum around you. Okay, so it's similar to what we did actually a couple weeks ago with the praises, the appreciations we did. So when you're done with that poem, you're going to work on the third one, which is a personified trait poem. The goal of this poetry activity is to personify a trait. If a trait were a person, how would it act? What gender would it be? What would it wear? How would it speak? Would it have friends? Would you be its friend? Where would it live? Visualize this trait. Your goal is to bring this trait to life. Take a look at some examples on the next slide for the traits of confidence, courage, commitment, forgiveness, and wisdom. So here's a number of poems to think about as you choose the trait you want to use. So choose a positive trait that you would like to write about. I have some listed below related to courage, but this list is by no means comprehensive. You can use other character traits to personify as you see fit some ideas: loyalty, dependability, imagination, perseverance, bravery, etc. So these are some ideas. I also have this outlining some positive character traits. Now write your poem and submit a draft in the draft poetry submissions discussion post. Okay, so that is the week's stuff. So if you are doing the short story, the fiction, you know what to do. If you're doing poetry, you're going to do 3 poems, and we'll talk more about